Greetings, this is Vane and welcome back to Let's Play Might Match 1 Secret of the Inner Sanctum. Okay. Okay. Astral Projectile 4. Okay. Getting incredibly lost in this maze. There's a small slot in the door. Keycard is accepted. Metallic room is dimly lit by a pulsating white glow. A metallic panel slides open, revealing a mysterious man in a white coat. In a serene voice, the data keeper says, "Welcome to your inner sanctum, Vanelings. I am very pleased that you have made it this far. You are to be recommended. You are to be commended. I've been monitoring your progress." Turning to the strange mechanical device, he inserts a flat object into a slot. Your party's current performance total: 422,820. Excellent rating. This is a rare occasion, for only a privileged few are given the opportunity to transfer to another Vane. Via Astropod research nacelle. Return now to the inner circle for rest and celebration, and continue to your new assignment at the gates to another world. Plus 5,000 XP for your accomplishment. Okay. And an address to send it to, back in the days when you didn't have email. So. Yep. So we've done. We've completed the found the inner sanctum. We've completed the game more or less. Nice. So we've got to head to the gates of another world, which is not far away actually. Congratulations, distinguished travellers. The gates are now open to you. In order to pass through, you must first find Might and Magic Book 2. So yeah, we're done. If there's any quests and stuff that we polish off, we can. But for us, this is done. That's it. So that is Might and Magic: Secret of the Inner Sanctum. And yeah, that's, well, I know I cheated at the end, but I did make maps for the overworld. Made maps for most of the dungeons. It was only those last two, as you saw. It's a nightmare in the astral plane because you've got so few landmarks to map from. It's all barriers which you can't see, and the soul maze, which I didn't even bother looking at because I knew the answer. But it's literally, you explore around to find that it literally in the walls spell out, "My name is Shelton." So I thought I'd spare you the agony of mapping that. At both locations, the location spell doesn't help at all, as you saw it comes back as unknown. So yeah, we figured out how to do it because we got the message from the gold messages. And yeah, it was back in the day when you'd often have franchises which were planning to have sequels, and some of these have got quite a legacy. I mean, Might and Magic, not only have you got Heroes of Might and Magic, which goes up to Heroes of Might and Magic 7, but you've got, in the role-playing game series, it goes up to Might and Magic 10. Might and Magic joins the lineup of Ultima, which goes up to Ultima 9, and I think Wizardry, which goes up to number 8. Yeah, so lots of scope, and I must admit I feel extremely accomplished having done all that. It's a lot of work and a lot of paper. I mean, I've been doing on an A4 piece of squared paper, basically you get 2 maps of the 16 by 16 grid with enough for notes. And so trying to do, I think it's 53 I did in the end. A few more maps of mapping the overworld with its grid-based system, putting them together to figure out how things relate. I mean, it's very tactile and very therapeutic, and you can see how back in the day, without, I mean, you've got clue books. Without the clue book, I wouldn't have been able to do the lot. I wouldn't have been able to finish it. It would have taken too long mapping and be too frustrating for me, I think. So kudos to GOG for providing the clue books. For the game. But that aside, I mean, you can see how a lot of work goes into these games, and it goes into playing these games. So back before auto map became a standard function for these sort of games. So, because it's a lot easier to do mazes when it's not automatically mapping. I mean, there isn't much else to say. I mean, I don't know. Well, I'll probably get round to doing Might and Magic 2 at some point. These games are taking up a lot of my time. I've got a lot of other things going on at the moment. Plus, I do have like Warhammer 40,000 Gladius, which I like playing and recording. Stellaris is going strong 8 years after it's been released with its season passes. I've got less than half of the expansion material for that. Yeah, no, let alone actually playing it. What else is there? I've stopped doing Civilization 6, even though I haven't got through a lot of the content for that, because Civilization 7 is coming out in February. And I think what I'm going to do is get that and do a recording of that straight away and see if I can jump on the bandwagon with a more modern game. I know I have friends who take the mickey out of my passion for old games. So, I mean, it's quite weird how I like retro games, but anything older than 10 years is considered retro, and a lot of my favourite modern games are actually over 10 years old already. Yeah, I mean, Skyrim, for example, which is the 5th installment of the Elder Scrolls series, is over 10 years old. And I look back and I think 10 years, that's back in the 90s, and it's like, well, no, actually not, because 90s is like 30 years ago. So, yeah, not much else to say, really. Sense of relief from completing this game. There were quite a few episodes to this series, so kudos to anyone who's followed it through. And I'll have a think about what I'm doing next. So until next time, this has been Vane completing Might and Magic's Secret of the Inner Sanctum. If you like what you're seeing here, be sure to like, subscribe, share and comment. Please consider sponsoring me on Patreon, and until next time, goodbye.